That is old. I gotta ask them what's old. Because I have a 21-year-old, so I guess I gotta ask them what's old. Because they say ain't no old people on YouTube, so I know different, but that's wisdom versus just talking off the top of the head, what we used to say. Um. Anyway, anywho, I love my children. They cool. You'll get to meet them one day. Just never a dull moment here at the uh, Booker's house, as everybody says. So anyway, one topic I wanted to cover just briefly while I'm on here is uh, we've been going through some issues. Okay, first of all, just a little rundown. My husband is in the military, and we've been away from the U.S. We've been back to the U.S. for 2 years, but we've been away for almost 6 years, I think. So overseas, and so we decided we were headed back overseas. So we came home uh, to the States briefly to see family and to purchase a home that we would have back here to accommodate us uh, when we visited. Because we were planning on visiting a lot more when we got to Okinawa, Japan. And so uh, we got back and purchased a home in Florida, and the tables turned. My son got sick, and we were we were rerouted to stay in the States for a little while so they could get everything, his sickness in line or whatever. So it kind of caught everybody off guard or whatever. So it was like, oh, okay, change of plans, okay? And we know that a lot of times we plan different things in life, and boom, something comes along and just it'll sidetrack you. But we was like, okay, we took it for what it was, and was like, okay, it's a good opportunity for us to be around family or whatever and stuff like that. So anyhow, child, I I guess we've been away for so long, cause when I tell you that not just my family, both of our families, a trip and a vacation, I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't get it. Just one little incident, and I could talk about this incident because it just happened. My daughter, uh, both of my oldest daughters, they're in college together, and they live uh, in Florida in the home and go to college. Excuse me. And my daughter was going to meet her sister and some friends at the college one evening because they were having like a little social gathering. And my daughter was behind a truck, a Ford F-150 to be exact, at the red light, and stopped at the red light, and a car the driver wasn't paying attention and came up behind, just hit my daughter from behind and pushed her into the F-150. She came out fine. So I was like, so I called my other daughter. I was like, Ara's been in a car accident, and I said, she okay? But this is where she's at. And so my daughter didn't have a ride, but her friends was like, oh, okay, we get there. So all the friends went, you know. They didn't just like send my daughter by herself with some of the friends. Everybody went to the accident and stayed with Ariane, and with the cops, and got this everything or whatever, and she was fine or whatever. But anyway, I actually got on Facebook. You could call it a petty Betty, but I got on Facebook and I told some of the, because of prior incidents with my daughters being in college, and no family would go help them. They came from overseas, so they didn't drive or whatever, and something happened, and we're like 18 hours away from them, from where we're stationed at now, and nobody went to check on them. And both our families, me and my husband, are from the same hometown, so nobody went to check on the girls. And like, we couldn't believe it. We could not believe it. They were Ubering to school. You're talking about 10 miles away from where the house is. The school is like 10 miles away, maybe less. And they were Ubering uh, to and from school, $35 there and $35 home. And our family, like, I'm talking about, he has a sister and his mom and dad. And then I have two brothers and a sister, and uncles, cousins, and nobody would go check on them. I mean, nobody. So to boil it all down, uh, my mom lives there with my girls, and every time when they first got there, we took a car home for them because the girls didn't drive, and they didn't have they didn't drive, so of course they didn't have a license to drive, and they didn't know how to drive yet. So my mom was having problems with, her, the property manager of her apartment or whatever. And so we decided, hey, you could go stay at the house or whatever with the girls. And what we could do is we'll give one of our vehicles and bring it down there. And I was like, if you just, you don't have to pay anything. If you could just drive the girls to school, you know. So every Monday, that's when the girls had their longest school day for college. She would just be like, I'm dizzy, I'm sick, or whatever, and would not drive them to school anymore. So in my household, school wasn't, in my husband's household, they didn't, push education off on us or whatever. So it's like, what we're doing now is because of, we just said, we just got to do better. We just got to do better in life. It's got to be more to life than this. And we just push forward, and we got around people who were knowledgeable, and we took those nuggets and we took those seeds that were sown into our lives, and we push forward. And we don't try to leave nobody behind. We want everybody to we sow, and we want everybody to grow. It's just not just us growing, but when we dealing with family nowadays, it's just like they just they're just content, they're comfortable, and they just don't want to grow. And it could be a hurting of feeling to when you have to deal with those things like that. And it's just crazy. like I get it, but then I don't get it sometimes, because it's like you just give and give and give and give. And I told my husband the other day, and I was like, we just been giving, and we just been, pouring out to our family, and God has really sent some great friends who have become like family to us, because they do everything that we feel like family should be doing, if that makes sense. And it's crazy, so I got off the subject, but um the car was ended up getting totaled. So I'm skipping around a little bit. It's almost like I need notes when I talk, but I'm just telling you a little bit. So the car ended up getting totaled. No one has asked if the girls need anything. So my husband had to book a flight. He'll leave out. He had to book a flight to go home to get the girls sorted, because nobody is willing to go take them. Their friends are picking them up now. My mom is pissed because she say they been without a vehicle for 2 weeks, when actually they only been without a vehicle for one week. She don't really care. She told us the other day she wanted to get out of there, because she just feel like she violating the space. But when my mom feels like she losing control over a situation, or she can't control a situation, then she gets upset and take it, that we just been giving and giving and giving all these years. And I don't have no problem with that, like, if she need help. But I just feel like I just need to let her, like, maybe sometimes, do you feel like you just give too much and people become uh, unappreciative of it? I guess, I don't know.